Hey you guys, KattMcAdam here, and once again I have my husband with me, John.
Hello.
Okay, so as I said I would do before, we are now finally getting back to the Japanese candy kits, which you don't like. Why do you not like them, dear?
Because you have to make them yourself.
Yeah.
That's straight up. I will admit, I am one of those lazy people. It's like, if I have to put the candy together myself, this is some bullshit.
And but dear, didn't you ever enjoy, like, I don't know, making a gingerbread house?
No. Never made one.
Ooh, I'm changing that. I am totally changing that.
I've helped make one, but never been the principal on making one.
I am totally changing that.
I mean, I cook. I mix drinks.
Sorry. We're doing it a little different because, as he had pointed out in a couple of videos ago, that maybe you guys should like to see how this is made. So...
Hashtag how it's made.
Oh, come on, turn back on. There.
It's fine.
I know it's fine.
Maybe it zoomed in too far.
Maybe.
Here, let me move this. Okay. Now I'll move these as well.
And there we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to bother cutting all this out. So at least you get to see the process.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, that is being recorded. So, what comes with the package is piping bag, the container that everything is in, which is also doubled up as a tiny little plate that you can put all this cute little stuff in. The mixings, and the container that you mix everything in, including a tiny little measuring cup, because the only thing that requires is water. Water. And then you got the cake mix, cream mix, and you have the fruits, which, as I said before, I thought that was going to be grape. At least until I saw a video of a specific YouTuber that I watch, Salty Crafter. And it's actually blueberry. And then you got strawberry. You got orange. And you got the one that my husband is allergic to. Melon.
Melon.
Which he cannot have.
Indeed.
Now, of course, on the boxes, it is all in Japanese. But you can find it in English. You just gotta do a lot of the work on Google. So, get that out. Also comes with the fruit molds and little cookies. And a spoon. So, first thing is use scissors to make 3 cuts into the tray. Well, I already did that with this. And supposedly cake mold and jello mold. So, this is us.
You got this?
Yeah. Get these cut.
They're broken.
Want to find me scissors? Thank you. I love you. So apparently what I'm going to be working on is this is a dessert party candy cake kit. Whee! Yeah. It's supposed to look like this. But you know, you got like what looks like a little strawberry shortcake. That's supposed to be the melon, which looks like a jello mold. And then you got the cookies with the cream and the fruits. And I think that's another cake. Yes. All this with the little fruits. So, and it's actually a little different with this one is that you actually got a microwave. I don't think I told you that. You got a microwave at least to the cake pieces. So this should be fun. Fun to me. I don't know about him. I got these off of Amazon, so they can range between about possibly $5-6 to like $10. You know, just depends on where on Amazon you're looking at. And we're back.
Almost.
Almost. I forgot those things fall apart. Or come apart.
There we go.
Okay, they could be scissors and a weapon.
Scissors are weapons. Please do not play with scissors.
Or run with scissors.
Unless it's the Weird Al album, in which case, listen to Running with Scissors. With scissors.
Weird Al, yes, listen. Don't run with scissors.
But one of his albums is called Running with Scissors.
I forgot about that. Thank you. Okay, now we get to it. Yes.
Note you guys, there are the scissors, yes, closer to what's called kitchen shears. Those are the type of things that when you have to crack through the bone of a chicken to try to get it to flatten properly, to cook it. That's more or less what you'll need.
Okay. Almost there.
Almost.
No, that's it. That's all I gotta cut.
Considering the line that's on one of this, I would think otherwise.
Yep, it says use 3 cuts in a tray.
Yes, and one of those cuts continues all the way across there.
Maybe that's...
It continues all the way across there. If you look at it, you can line up like it's there.
This is why it's a good thing to also have someone with you when you do this stuff. Not just for kids, but adults too.
I can tell you just how bad of an idea this is.
You are so salty. That's why I'm making the sweet. Okay, so cut it all into pieces. Move the scissors out of the way. Okay, second thing is to make the melon jelly. So you got this cute little thing. And basically, all you have to do is add water to it. So, fill the melon mold with 2 cups of water. Yes, I have a cup of water on the side just for this.
That would help if you brought it closer so you could fill it easier.
Probably. Okay, and that's 1. And 2. Good so far. Let's not have water on the printed out instructions, too.
Too late.
At least it's not in the words. Okay, so. Put this in the little box. Ooh. That of smells melony. You want to at least smell it, or?
Good.
Okay.
Did you also fill up the little heart shapes as well with water?
Oh, I forgot about that. Actually, I think what it is I can take some of the mix and put it into the heart.
Okay.
So. Okay. All of it out. We mix.
Carefully. About 50 times, according to the paper.
Seriously? It does not say 50 times. Stir around 50 times. Never mind. I was wrong. I don't even know how many times I've done it then. I lost count.
Fear my power of observation.
Yay. It smells... You can really smell the melon in this. It smells really good.
Smells like anaphylactic shock.
Okay, it's starting to get that texture, so I'm going to assume I'm getting close to that 50.
Yes. And then you'll have to sit for 10 minutes.
That's fine. We got plenty of other things to do. Oh, you know what? It smells like a Jolly Rancher now. That's what it smells like. Okay, I'm going to assume that's done, and then...
Ooh, bit much.
Nope. There. Haha.
Don't forget the other heart.
Oh, right. There's more than one.
Power of observation.
Yes, dear. Yes.
Because I have special eyes. And they specialize in seeing things that she misses.
Yes, dear. So, I'm going to put that to the side. Can you give me a paper towel? Just so I don't cross-contaminate.
I'm so proud of you.
Yay.
For figuring out what some actual chefs still have problems figuring out if you watch all these shows like Kitchen Nightmares and things like that.
Okay. Next things we are making are...
3 types of jelly fruit.
Yep, which all of them require 1 cup of water.
Jelly fruit. Jelly fruit.
Use any of the trays marked. Pour the mixture straight into the molds and after stirring. So, get your cup of water.
Uno. Deux. San.
There we go.
That's right, 3 languages.
He likes doing that.
I like being weird. Let's be real here.
So, we're going to start with the orange. It says mandarin bunions.
That's a type of orange.
Orange. Boop. Boop.
Use any one of those trays as marked.
Not bad. So, don't mind me. I'm just going to do this like one at a time to make this easy. You can hear the scraping of the sugar.
Oh, it sounds great.
Sarcasm. Dang it. Got another song stuck in my head. Still from Hamilton.
Wait for it.
No. Another story for tonight?
Ah, okay.
Not the drunken version.
Okay, yeah, another one. I'd rather approve of it.
Donka.
So use use that one for the oranges.
Yep.
The orange shapes.
Gotta make sure that... Oh, no! No, it all spilled! A good glop of it! I'm kind of sad now.
Just be careful now.
See how many of these little fruits I can make out of this. Do yourselves a favor, be very careful. Not like me.
No, be just like her. Because you'll have more fun. Don't be perfect. This is about having fun and making candy that you will demolish in 5 seconds by going nom nom nom.
Well, I guess, I mean, if you look at it, I'm still able to almost make all of them.
It's like they plan for children to have spillage. For children.
Yes, they don't
to have spillage.
Yes, because they don't expect 30-year-olds to be doing this.
Indeed. Okay.
Oh, hold on. That means I could... Because I didn't want to fill this one up too much and not have enough. Yay! Also, always clean up your spillage. And if you're a kid doing this, this is perfectly fine. If you're one of those that's like, oh, it's on the table. Look around. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Because you're a kid and it's supposed to be fun. Okay. So probably on this camera, this is probably where I'll end up speeding through it just a little bit. Just because it's basically going to be all the same thing. Hopefully minus the spillage. I'm going to have to listen to Hamilton later. The songs are going through my head. Ooh, that smells good. I'm drilling just a little. Strawberry. I like strawberry. It's like, why must you look at me like that? Got anything to talk about while I'm doing this?
Let's see. What's going on in the news that we can talk about without causing inflammatory issues? Hamilton has been released on Disney Plus, to much acclaim and criticism, of course, because it's for about a bit of a interesting part of American history where there's a lot of room for interpretation of human action. And in fact, the creator of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, has gone on record, on Twitter record, as it is, saying all criticism is welcome and valid. Which means even the dark parts of American history that are potentially brought up in the show, like the fact that some of our founding fathers were slave owners, is perfectly valid to be talked about and referenced. To which I think he's an awesome guy for thinking about that and just saying, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. At least with history, you shouldn't pretend that it never happened because it obviously happened.
But you shouldn't celebrate the bad that happened.
Exactly.
But that's getting into inflammatory content.
And no one likes that.
Which means we'll probably cut this out.
Why?
Because we'll have the camera speeding through all that.
Yes, through all that, but I could have this going.
Yeah, but then you have a temporal dissonance.
Well, I'll see. I'll see how it goes.
Things get all wibbly wobbly, timey, messy-uppy.
And stuff.
Honestly, no, I have nothing to talk about while we're waiting for this. So I'll do a mini review, I think. Have you already talked about the pretzel Pop-Tarts?
The what?
Pretzel Pop-Tarts. Probably not. Probably wouldn't touch it anyway.
Actually, yeah, I have.
Curses.
But if you want to
Spoiled
put
again.
your input on it, go for it.
Considering where it is, I think I'll pass. No, we're going to be dead air for this moment.
Really?
I got nothing.
How about the movie we just recently watched?
I didn't realize this was a movie review channel.
At this point, my channel is basically a whatever the heck I want to do with it. Hello. From a book review, mini reviews, food reviews, podcast.
So recently, a movie that we both watched was Stephen King's Dr. Sleep, which has nothing to do with doctors or sleeping.
Yeah.
It's actually a sequel to The Shining. And
The good Shining. The
The
more entertaining Shining.
The Stanley Kubrick Shining.
More entertaining Shining.
The Stanley Kubrick Shining.
We're having this.
We have to be specific on this because there are two versions of The Shining. And you can't just call one the good Shining, one the bad Shining. One did some things better, one did the other things better.
Yeah.
You can't just attack it as good, bad.
I suppose.
You have to attack it as ABC miniseries The Shining and Stanley Kubrick The Shining.
I suppose.
The one that this is a sequel of is the Stanley Kubrick The Shining, which had Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall.
You know, Kubrick, who...
Was on record as being an insanely demanding auteur.
That's an understatement.
Insanely demanding is not an understatement. What is the understatement is saying, oh, he only probably had them do takes a couple times. He literally had them do a single take 127 times.
The stuff... I'm trying not to curse too much, because that's what my podcast is kind of for.
It's batshit crazy. Yo.
The stuff he put... What was her name again?
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall through. That was ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, okay, yes, granted.
It made for an amazing film.
Yes, and she's an amazing actress, but oh my god, I wouldn't. Not for what she went through, no. Hell no. Ooh, smells like blueberries. Yay.
I mean, it's supposed to be blueberry.
Yeah, but what things are supposed to be don't always smell the way they're supposed to be. You know, like my jalapeno orange gummy that I tried. Remember that nightmare?
Mm-hmm. Or the whiskey I had you try.
The one that I make all such colorful references of?
Yes. That are very much in line with the marketing made for it. Let's see, what else do we have? Anything you've recently made that you feel like you want to talk about?
Anything that I've made.
Food-wise, drink-wise, art-wise, writing-wise?
Well, I don't... If anyone's seen some of my older stuff, you guys know I draw. Or if you've watched my book reviews, you know I draw. So currently, I'm kind of trying to do a small little project. And I still haven't really entirely figured out what to call it, but it's kind of like turning artists or YouTubes into my style of drawing. Which, most of my drawings, about 99.9 of them, are anthropomorphic mice. Morphic mice.
That's right. She's a furry artist.
Which, there is nothing bad about it.
With the type of money that some of them can make, not a bloody all.
So.
Alright, and that leaves the gelées made.
Yep. And they now have to sit there for 10 minutes.
Shocker.
So, in the meantime, they go there.
It's time to work on the whipped cream.
Is it the whipped cream? Yep, that's the whipped cream that's next. I was just making sure. Which... Actually, no. Let's see. Place a piping bag in the tray marked... It's done in the paper, in the,
It's done using both.
Yeah, but it's done in the piping bag.
But it's done using both. You use the piping bag in this.
Yeah, no.
Where did the tiny little piping bag go?
Right there.
Alright.
This does not have a line for me to tear.
Indeed it does not.
Whoa. What? You almost lose it?
No comment.
You almost lost it. You in there. Hi. Leg.
Alright, so I need 2 cups of water.
Put that there. Okay. One. Two.
And now you put the mix in there.
Yeah.
And then you stir well.
Oh, yeah. And it is turning into whipped cream.
Sure, you think you can call it that, certainly.
Okay, it's not Americanized whipped cream. But it's still goopy white stuff. Okay. That looks to be good.
Scrape it off.
Okay.
Alright, I will. Since I'm sitting here, might as well finally start helping.
Yay! And in the meantime, last but certainly not least, cake. I keep looking this way because I keep thinking that camera. Someday I'll get a hand of this. Which requires 2 cups of water. One. 2.
Did you already clean the spoon?
Yes.
Okay. You already poured it in?
Yeah, water's already in there. So, does it say how many times I have to stir?
Well. You have to stir well.
Okay. Ooh, it smells like cake. Like, at least the cake makes it. That when you open the pre-made cake boxes, yeah, it smells like that. Okay.
There's still some on the sides. How do you keep missing that side? You're missing this side.
Oh. Guess I'm special. You asked. At least I'm not boring. Fun little tidbit. I said I was boring last night, and then all of a sudden our friends threw the headphones like, well.
Our friend group is very much of the type of, don't you dare say anything mean about yourself. Don't you say anything mean about anyone I count as a friend. But I said it about myself. Exactly. Unless you really, really deserve to talk about yourself like that by saying something really, really dumb.
Usually I don't. I usually don't say it when he's on the headphones. And that one I'm just like, oh, but I'm so boring. And one of them heard. Okay. And now, I pour it into these cute little molds.
Up to the lines that are within them, around the halfway point.
Okay, so.
My suggestion? No. Pour, using this side.
Oh.
Because it looks like it's got a tiny little pour spoon. Okay. You don't need the spoon. You don't need the spoon right this second.
But spoon. Okay.
Okay. No, the rest was all in there.
You sure? That side doesn't look like it's...
It's good. There's still plenty on here that still needs to be filled.
Maybe.
I promise you. Okay, now hold on. Let me...
It also says the tapper.
Yeah, that's to get the air out. So, now a little bit more than this one. Okay. Okay, back into this one. Okay.
Okay. Right.
This one. Alright, that's good. Firmly.
10 times. That was 10.
Yes, knock all the air out of it, though.
And this is where it's different. You heat it in the microwave. 4. Heat in the microwave. Tray will be hot. Okay, there we go. So 500 watt is 40 seconds. 600 watt is about 30 seconds.
Our microwave is 1000 watt.
So 15 seconds.
About 20 seconds.
Okay. I'll go for 20.
I can almost go 30 just because I'm paranoid. But yeah, 20 seconds because of how powerful our microwave is.
20 seconds. Okay.